Welcome to American Black Journal. I'm Stephen Henderson. As we celebrate Black History Month, American Black Journal is committed to highlighting individuals who are living examples of the great achievements made by African Americans. Today we start with a woman who made history as the first Black Miss USA. Detroit native Carole Gist captured the title 25 years ago in Wichita, Kansas. At the time, she was a 20-year-old marketing and management student at Northwood University in Midland, Michigan. Carole also made history that night as the first Michigan contestant to win the pageant. Later that year, she came very close to another milestone when she finished as the first runner-up in the Miss Universe pageant. I'm pleased to have Carole Gist here today on American Black Journal. Welcome to the program. And congratulations again, right? I mean, even 25 years later, that's an incredible feat to have achieved. Tell me about the moment when you were standing on stage and they said, the Miss USA for this this year is Carole Gist.
Michigan,
yeah.
Right. Well, it was a very momentous it was an amazing moment, and words really can't capture.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But the picture that went across the press, pretty much with my hands uplifted.
Right.
I was trying to praise God, and they got in the way trying to put a sash in the crowd.
Right, I was going to say, right?
But I was just so grateful, so thankful, so humbled, and it was just amazing. And if all those people were there, I know there was a lot of people in the audience, and was a lot of people watching from around the world, but in that moment, I really felt like God put this whole production on
right.
just to show me how much he loved me.
Right. What a wonderful way to think of it.
And it was just really, it was awesome.
Yeah. So how did you, as a kid, I mean, you grew up here in Detroit. How did you get involved with pageants and then get to that level?
Well, my mom being very wise and trying to help me with my height issues. I had been tall all my life.
Right.
I wanted to get me involved.
See, you say height issues. Some people say that's a blessing,
well,
not a curse.
I was a target for teasing. And
because you were taller than
I was always tall. Until the 10th grade, I was the tallest one in my class.
Is that right? From
kindergarten to 10th grade.
Wow.
So it was, I was a target. I was teased, but that was okay. The very first time I got a check for being tall,
you were like,
I was like, hey, I'm okay with that.
With this, right?
So she got me involved in modeling, and I had modeled even through college, having a scholarship. I still did modeling on the side for additional income. And one of my friends who was a model encouraged me to enter in Miss Michigan. And I did it literally to stop her asking me. And so kind of, nonchalantly went forward. When I won, to my surprise, I said, oh, must get serious. We can do this thing.
So that was the first, this was the first pageant you had been in?
On this caliber.
Okay.
I had done local talent pageant competitions. The Miss Black World was considered a talent competition, and also Miss Michigan United.
Okay.
So those were some local ones that I had that didn't go to a national platform.
Okay.
They just stayed pretty much local. But again, it had earned me a few dollars to go toward paying for college, paying for college.
Right.
So this was the first one, and I thought because it went to Miss USA, that Miss Michigan, as I'm thinking, finally, I'm going to hush her up. I'm going to apply. Maybe I'll make top 5 and win a few extra dollars, again, to help pay for college.
Right.
And when I won, I said, okay, let's get serious. Let's get focused. I can do this.
Yeah.
Even though there hadn't been a woman of color to do it, I just was like, okay, let's go.
And that never occurred to you that was a barrier?
Not initially, until I was going to different companies and businesses asking for sponsorship.
For sponsorship, sure.
Yes.
And what was
funny looks.
Yeah, what was the reaction? I mean, did anyone just come out and say a black person can't win that?
Not so much, not directly, but
indirectly.
In an indirect way. Yeah. That's a guy. I did get a lot of that, but the Black Business Association and different churches and family and different people pulled together to help send me to Miss USA.
Yeah. And you were a college student at the time. Did you feel like this was something that was separate from what you were studying and wanted to do, or did it dovetail?
It just dovetailed because that had athletics and and modeling had been tandem for almost all my life. I was working hard to finish up my bachelor's in 3 years. I already had 2 associate degrees, and I wanted to get complete my education and move to the next level. And at the time, I was really wanting to be the first in another industry, which was the hotel industry. I wanted to be the first African-American female general manager of a Ritz-Carlton property.
That's a very specific goal.
Very specific. But even in, Northwood being known for its business and even automotive,
right.
There hadn't been a lot of black female dealership owners in the GM line,
sure.
Cadillac and Buick. And so I did a research paper about different women first, African American first in that industry, and I wanted to be the first in the Cadillac because there hadn't been one for Cadillac. So it was like, maybe it was just something in me. I wanted to be the first at something.
At something, right? right. And it's hard, I think it's probably hard for people. 25 years ago, it's not that long ago, but it's long enough ago that this was really anomalous. I mean, the things that you're talking about, the barriers that still existed, and the things that had not yet been achieved, they were everywhere at that point. And
I guess maybe being at Cass, I went to Cass Tech High School, and just being in Detroit in the area, I was used to a different type of attitude. So coming outside of that bubble and actually being exposed to people who really had a problem with my color. It was a little.
That's sort of a shock, right?
It was a little shock because even going to Northwood, I never encountered, and I think Midland was pretty homogenized.
Yeah, right. I was going to say Midland is not diverse at all.
It was not a very diverse area, but I never was made to feel even going there that I was less than,
or that you couldn't achieve.
That I couldn't achieve. Yeah. And so when I, just going forward, I didn't have that in the back of my mind. I just wanted to be the best me I could be.
Yeah.
Offer the world the best me. There's no regrets.
Right, right. And so you win the pageant. You almost win Miss Universe.
100th of a point.
Oh no.
100th of a point from me being Miss Universe.
Yeah, yeah. So what does that then do for you afterward? I mean, what does it push you to?
I was just wanting to go forward with my dreams. I loved music. I loved singing, and I did various different projects. I even co-hosted a gospel video show with Carvin Winans for a while, and did some various other different projects. I continued to speak and work with women's groups and pageant coaching, and I continued doing a lot of things that I loved.
Yeah.
And I stayed true to me in the process of doing those things that I love without compromising myself. And feeling that no matter when I wake up in the morning, I want to be proud of who I am, and I don't want to do anything that would bring shame or embarrassment on my family, and not be able to walk down the street and hold my head up high.
Yeah.
And so no matter what obstacles, because I had family issues, I had, and everyone has a story.
Sure.
But the main thing that always kept me going and was my mantra in life was that someone else is out there who would gladly trade places with you for you and your problems.
That's right.
So pick yourself up, don't whine, and keep on moving.
Yeah.
Keep it moving. Wake up every day. I want to impact someone's life for the better. How can I do that today? Whether it's sharing a smile, sharing a word, or making them push beyond their own limits to achieve their next level of greatness.
Well, and that's a message that young women growing up in the city today, like you did 25 years ago, they really need that.
Yes. I want to continue to do that. And my platforms have changed. I am totally, I started off automotive and hotel, restaurant management, hospitality, and all of that type of stuff, but I am totally committed to the wellness and fitness of all those who can hear the sound of my voice, whether they can make it to a class, do one of my workouts, or be under my voice at a talk, a seminar, or a motivational talk.
And we didn't talk about that. Your fitness programs and.
I'm called the
it's a big
Killer
deal.
Carole.
Killer. Well, I'm not sure that's not a reason that makes me want to sign up.
I know. Or diva trainer. Either one.
That's maybe a little better, right?
That might be better, but then no, it's a love-hate relationship. They hate to see me coming. They love to see me going, but then they love the results.
Yeah.
Either way, I am very committed and very passionate and consider it a ministry to help people be their best selves. Too many times and too often, the world is robbed of people leaving here too soon or not fulfilling their full potential due to other complications, whether it's health, it's their fitness, their energy, or their drive.
Yeah.
And fitness is all connected to that. To me, it's just another aspect. You have faith in yourself, faith in higher power, I believe in God, and Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, and then finding out what that purpose is, what you were born, put on this earth to do.
Right.
If you don't have the confidence to go forward with that, a lot of times you don't fulfill what you were meant to do, and you end up, you might live a contented life, but is it the best life?
It won't necessarily be fulfilled, right?
Right, and then if you have weight or health problems related to weight or inactivity from living a sedentary life.
Yeah.
How can you be
Which is a big problem with
you're
kids
called
now.
to do, even when you know what it is?
Right.
So I just want to help people be their best self.
Yeah.
And give the world the gift of them, the best them.
Yeah.
Whatever color, whatever gender.
Right.
We can, together. That's how we can continue making the world better.
And whatever circumstance. I mean, you didn't necessarily come from the easiest set of life circumstances, and you made it to where you are.
Oh yes, but God.
Right.
My faith and perseverance, and never wanting to give up on myself, and always knowing that there's something better, even if it's around the corner. I'm gonna keep going till I can get around that corner.
Yeah. Okay.
And I hope I can encourage others to do the same.
Well, the story's still an inspiration 25 years later. So, thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.